Prepare the balance with an identical container, then weigh the balance and record its weight. Transfer the collected sputum to a 50 ml conical polypropylene tube. To the sputum sample, add a volume in milliliters of 10% sputolysin equal to the weight in grams of the sputum sample. 10% sputolysin is 1 part sputolysin and 9 parts phosphate buffered saline. Mix the sputum and 10% sputolysin sample with serological pipette. To ensure complete homogenization, aspirate and dispense the sample slowly through the serological pipette several times. Do not vortex the sample. Place the sputum sample in a shaking water bath at 37 degrees and 150 shakes per minute for 15 minutes. At 5, 10 and 15 minute intervals, remove the sample from the shaking water bath. Mix well, but not vigorously, with the serological pipette and return it to the shaking water bath. If the sample is not homogenizing, add 2 to 3 drops of undiluted pure sputolysin. The sputum sample must look like slightly dirty water and contain no mucus chunks. Aliquot 0.5 ml of the sample into tube 1. In tube 2, mix 20 microliters of sample from tube 1 with 20 microliters of Turk solution. Dispense 10 microliters from tube 2 into the well on one side of the cover-slipped hemocytometer. Count the number of cells bordered within the 4 large corner squares of the hemocytometer. You need to count at least 100 cells total from all 4 squares combined. If less than 100 cells are counted, you must count additional squares of the hemocytometer. The calculation for 160,000 cells per ml is as follows. 1. Cells per ml equals the cell count in the 4 large corner squares times the dilution number times 10,000 divided by 4 large corner squares. Your total dilution is 4 because you diluted 2 times with sputolysin and 2 times with Turk solution. Dilution number for 160,000 cells per ml equals the cells per ml you just calculated divided by 160,000. 3. Sputum volume for 1,000 microliter final volume equals 1,000 microliters divided by the dilution number that you just calculated. In tube 3, prepare 1,000 microliters of sputum diluted in DPBS according to your calculations. Assemble cytofunnels, filter papers, slides, and slide clips for 4 slides. Place 150, 200, 225, and 250 microliters of the diluted sample in the 4 cytofunnels. Then spin at 500 RPM for 5 minutes. Stain the slides with the Quick Diff staining kit. Dip the slides for 5 seconds in the green solution, 7 seconds in the red solution, and 5 seconds in the blue solution, then rinse under tap water. Check the staining quality of the slides and restain if necessary. If slides are stained too lightly, dip them in the staining solutions for longer to increase the intensity. If the staining is too pink, dip the slide in the blue solution a little longer. If the slides are too blue, re-dipping in the red solution does not help and new slides will need to be prepared and stained. Cover slip using CytoSeal. 4 sputum slide labels, each with a unique barcode, will be provided by the central biorepository. Stick the label over the frosted part of the slide, then number the slides according to quality, with number 1 being the best and number 4 being the worst. The quality is determined by the processor based on the staining. Centrifuge the remaining solubilized sputum sample at 4 degrees and 800 Gs for 10 minutes. Without disturbing the pellet, transfer 250 microliters of Supernatant to 0.5 ml O-ring tubes. Separate the aliquots according to the following priority. Samples for central biorepository: 10 times 250 microliter aliquots in 0.5 ml O-ring tubes. Samples held at sites: the remaining 250 microliter aliquots in 0.5 ml O-ring tubes. Sputum supernatant labels, each with a unique barcode, will be provided by the central biorepository. Stick the labels on the tubes. Resuspend the cell pellet in 1 ml of RNA Protect saliva reagent and vortex for 1 minute. Transfer the resuspended pellet to a 2 ml O-ring tube. 1 barcoded sputum pellet label will be provided by the central biorepository. Stick the label on the tube.